I'm Alexis Schwerha with Campus Reform, and today we are at Georgia Tech to talk to students ahead of Matt Walsh's upcoming speech. Matt Walsh famously asked the question, "What is a woman?" And that's what we came to find out. How will students define what a woman is? Let's go find out. What would you think a woman is?
Strength and power, integrity, and this beautiful aura that comes off every woman. It's about sisterhood and loving each other.
I'm not sure. It's becoming harder and harder to define what specifically makes a woman. It is also a choice in terms of something that I come and grow into. I identify as one.
The standards has been changing for the past few years. Whatever people want to identify as can determine whether they're a woman or not.
And a woman is strong and independent, break barriers. Anyone who considers themselves a woman, who identifies with what it means to be a woman.
Being strong and powerful and being able to handle everything the world throws at us, being able to support each other.
So would you say maybe being a woman it has become more subjective, or should there be objective standards like biology?
There is a biological nature to whether you are female or male. Being a woman, it is something you rise to be. That is way more subjective.
It's personal choice. If you want to define it by biology, then that's your business. And if you want to define it in another way, that's your business.
It depends on the person. To me, it's just a biological standard. If you're born a woman, you should come out and just love each other as women. We are treated different than men. As soon as you're born a woman, you just have to love other women.
Everybody should be treated the same. There's no difference. We're all the same on the inside, so.
When we're talking about the genders, for women there are a lot of opportunities. There are women's only colleges, women's scholarships, there are sports divisions reserved for men and for women. Do you think this should be excluded to only the biological genders or expanded to anyone who feels like a woman?
There is a lot of gray area, especially with athletes between the men and women's divisions, and seeing a lot of imbalances there. Don't really have a set opinion on that.
Those systems should decide what they define a woman to be, and then if you meet those qualifications, that's the space for you.
Anybody that identifies as a woman should be treated as such. Everybody should be able to have the same opportunities no matter who they are.
In the case of sports, like I used to be an athlete, there are certain physical attributes that give you a significant advantage if you happen to be born as the opposite gender. That conversation needs to be had.
It should definitely be expanded to include anyone that identifies as a woman. Some people are born as a biological male, but they feel different inside. Being a woman is how you feel.
Do you think that this might take away opportunities from biological women?
No, it depends on what you do with your life. They should have the same opportunities if they identify as a woman as other women.
Naturally, the standard will always include a biological woman, sex organs wise. I don't see how the definition of a woman would be able to remove you from that if they decide to expand.
Maybe it really doesn't matter. It's just a sport. It's not that serious. If you think that you're a woman, you should be a woman. We should all support and love other women.
So you think there should be more objective standards to what defines a woman as to what defines a man?
There is much more fluidity. We should incorporate that in our culture.
For something that is paid like a sport or something extremely competitive, probably there needs to be some fine line. That way we don't have a lot of ambiguity. But other than that, I don't think so.
It's whatever the person defines themselves as. There's no set standard. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can define a woman.
No. My question to you back, why does it matter?